Hello, my little munchkins. This is Mr. Miles, and even though I'm not at school, I'm still here to torment you. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I probably will torment you a little bit. What I'm going to have you guys doing today is you guys will be making words into pictures. So you were given a list that has a bunch of different vocabulary words that we have, and you know what? I'm so generous right now. I will let you select a few others. They have to be vocabulary words. They have to be ones that, like we kind of went through and learned the definitions. But what you're going to do is you're going to pick 8. So you're going to get a little sheet of paper, and on each side, you're going to do 4 of these little vocabulary reminders. If you have more time, I would suggest that you do even more. The prettiest ones I will hang up on my bulletin board. But there's also another purpose besides just beautiful artwork that this serves as. When you make words into pictures, it helps you understand things even better than you would if you just heard me say exactly what it is. There's a picture now that your brain associates with the vocabulary word, and if you can recall that picture, you're going to have a much easier time to remember that word, because you can go ahead and say that there's probably been plenty of times in your life where you've had a vocabulary word. Maybe it was on a test, or maybe it was just in your reading, and you're like, man, I know I saw that word somewhere, but I can't remember what the definition is. And sometimes it's because our brain is scrambling so hard to find what the exact definition is, because there's some words that are very strange to us that we don't have very simple definitions for. However, we can make very simple pictures for. And when we make these very simple pictures, it associates it inside of our brain. So maybe if we can't exactly think of what the definition is, we go, oh, but the picture looked like this, and it goes through, and you're all happy. So I'm going to go right ahead, and I'm going to use a little bit of this. Okay, I'm going to try and use ones that aren't on your list, so that way you'll be able to do it yourself. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do, this comes from the protozoans, and this is my little friend, the protozoan. If you remember, protozoan is just a fancy way of saying animal like protists, which are eukaryotes. So remember, you have bacteria, archaea, then the eukaryotes, and under the eukaryotes you have 4 groups. You have protists, you have fungus, you have plants, and animals. So we're going to deal with protists, and we're going to look at the animal-like ones, the protozoans. And so what I do is I draw myself a protozoan. Now I know that all protozoans, well, not all, but most of the protozoans are actually unicellular. And on this little unicellular guy, I'm mostly poking fun at these things. These are called the cilia. Okay, so this is a cilia, and the cilia helps in movement. So I want to represent that the cilia is allowing me to move, and so simply the cilia moves me across. Okay, so here's my very simple picture of that. Now I would color it, make it all pretty and all that stuff. Maybe if you wanted to, you could do each little cilia. I don't know. It's giving out movement. I can't do it with this pen. This pen's not as precise as maybe your worksheet's going to be. But I don't know if you want to do little movement lines. Either way, this cilia promotes movement. It's how they can get across. Okay, let me think of another one. So maybe I want to do. Let me think. Oh man, this is really hard. It's really hard. Okay, well, let me do roots. Okay, so let me do roots. So roots in plants, they serve 2 purposes. I know that they are for structure and support. They also for taking up water. So maybe what I can do is I can draw a tree. And so this tree is really ugly, so please don't make fun of my tree. But it has roots that come down through here. Okay, so there we go. And then I can draw little arrows going to the roots, and maybe I want to get really fancy. And you want to use as few words as possible, so that's why it's more of an image thing. But in this case, I'm going to write H2O, because that stands for water. So H2O, H2O, H2O. And then maybe even in this picture, I could draw, so this would still be a part of the same picture. This would be right next to it. Here's a tree, and there it is. And this tree has no roots. So this picture tells me that the roots are in charge of taking the water, and this picture tells me that without any roots, so without question mark, without any roots, the tree's simply going to fall over. And again, you're going to want to make it however it helps you. Remember, I just always imagine a really stupid tree without roots just falling over on itself. So those are some pictures that you can do, even if you want to do something like, a eukaryote. What I can do is I can draw a cell. So there's a little cell. Inside here's our nucleus, and that is what we really care about. So I draw, okay, it looks like an angry happy face. No, it should just be a happy face. I draw a happy face because you have a nucleus, because you're a eukaryote, and that's what all eukaryotes have. They all have a nucleus. So I don't know. Your pictures hopefully are a lot prettier than mine. But yeah, do good work. Okay, so remember, you're going to pick 8 of those, and you're going to make little drawings, and you're going to color them, you're going to make them beautiful, and we're going to talk about them when I come back on Wednesday, and it will be awesome. So until next time, stay out of trouble, and yeah, so talk to you guys later. Bye.